Hi, Kevon White here. Wow, what an amazing episode of American Ninja Warrior. If you did get a chance to tune in on June 13th at 8 o'clock, it was an amazing episode. So many amazing ninjas were out there and so many inspiring stories. Sadly, mine wasn't shown. And I was kind of disappointed, but I was a little relieved. And I was relieved because I remember in the process, one of the producers, she said, Kevon, your story is, you were going through an abusive situation, you were taken in by a family, you grew through that, you went through a kidney failure situation, and now you have two families. And I was like, yeah, that's my story. That sounds good. And when I thought about it, that's only part of my story. When it really comes down to the story of Kevon White, it goes a little bit like this. By the time I was 8 years old, I was mentally, physically, and sexually abused. Due to that, I created this belief in my head I could never be loved and I wasn't worth anything. So throughout my life, I tried to prove that through fitness, through football, through all these good works in my life. I finally get to the chance where I get to college and I'm in an amazing situation. I'm at Avery University. I'm a captain as a sophomore, rookie of the year. I'm doing great things there. But my past started coming up, started having night terrors, and that took me out of the person I was. I started drinking, started doing things outside of my character, started blaming the school, thought it was them when I really needed to search within myself. I ended up leaving that school. I went over to Bridgewater College, still in a bad mindset, still not free from my past, still drinking, started smoking and getting outside of the person I am. Ended up getting arrested at a shameful point in my life. All these people had invested all this time in me, all this energy, and I just shame them by doing something completely out of the person I am, something I said I would never do. I was so down, right? But I still ended up fighting through that. Ended up graduating college. Now I'm in the fitness industry, right? The fitness industry, then I go through that kidney failure situation. Boom, fitness industry taken from me. I don't know what to do, but then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make something happen. I go on American Ninja Warrior. So what happens there? Oh, wow, I know, but like, I had thought about that, Lachey, so much, and I forgot the little things, just gripping. When I had grabbed the flying wheel, my finger hit the plexiglass, just forgetting the little things, overthinking, right? That's what happens when you overthink. But something amazing happened there, right? If you watch that clip, I actually look over to the left and I shook a little bit. My past came up to get me one more time. Right? I looked over and I seen my mom, I seen my sister, I seen my wife, and I seen my wife holding the iPad. And in that moment, instead of feeling a feeling of gratitude, the first thought that went through my head was, how could my mother and my sister feel right now? I had a flashback of the time when I was sitting in my parents' car, my parents that took me in. We were sitting outside the courthouse and I got a text message from my sister, and the text message said some things, and she said, have fun with your new family. And that's what I thought about in that moment. Instead of feeling the feeling of happiness or gratitude, I thought about that and it distracted me. It took me out. I had to shake it off. And boom, of course, I fell on the second obstacle, and guys, I was so hurt after that. I was so sad. I was down, and I was like, I put my sister, put my mom through all this emotional pain, and I fall on the second obstacle. What is that? What? Come on, Kevon. So I'm feeling down on myself. So I went to myself and I called my mother, my biological mother, and I said, Mom, I can't apologize for everything that happened, but I do acknowledge the way you could have felt in that moment, and I apologize if there was any unnecessary pain. After that, my mom began to open up, and she began to tell me some things, and she was like, Kevon, we thought you were so angry because you were ashamed of us and you were ashamed of the situation. You were ashamed because your dad was a custodian, and we just thought you were angry. And I was like, Mom, that's not it. Mom, I was angry because of what I was going through. I thought you guys knew what I was going through and y'all wasn't taking me out of the situation. After that conversation, the burden just lifted off me. I was like, wow, I just felt completely different. And I started thinking, my mom, she's still suffering from the past. My dad, he's still suffering. My grandmother, they're still suffering. This world, there's people out here still suffering from the past. And now that I know what it's like to live through that and face your past and live through it, I have the solution. So with that being said, I thank American Ninja Warrior. I thank every single person that gave me a donation to be there, because you allowed me to find out who I am as a person. I am significant. I am ninja. I am Kevon White. Thank you for taking the time to share this video. Thank you for taking the time to listen. And I hope that you know that you are significant. Have a good day.